Hey folks, welcome back to the show. This is your host, Ryan Kennedy, and I figured as I re-spark the podcast, it would be helpful to share some of my background. People often ask me about how I became so passionate about health and wellness at such an early age, which is, a fair question. So in today's episode, I'm going to discuss some of my life's journey and some of the events that brought me to where I am today. So my background is in natural medicine. I'm a functional medicine practitioner and board certified clinical nutritionist, and I really focus on a holistic approach to helping my patients optimize their health, their performance, and their quality of life. You see, we all want to feel good. Sure, we want to live a long, healthy life, and we want to perform at our best, but it all comes down to feeling good day to day. But, I wasn't always this passionate about health. So to rewind to my childhood, growing up, I was blessed with a really loving family, and I'm really grateful for my upbringing. But things took an unexpected turn for the worse when I was 14. My seemingly healthy and symptom-free mom received a terminal diagnosis of cancer. And I witnessed firsthand how the medical system prescribed her painful, life-threatening, and expensive treatments, knowing that they are ineffective for over 90% of patients with her condition. Her oncologist convinced her that these conventional treatments were the only viable option and put down any natural approaches or diet or lifestyle changes, claiming those things wouldn't help her at all. And I remember her doctor telling her during this process that what you eat won't help you, nutrition isn't important, and recommending she consume these ice cream-based milkshakes and meal replacement powders that were just loaded with sugar as an attempt to keep weight on while going through chemotherapy. And after 2 years, after a grueling battle with cancer, my mom unfortunately passed away when I was 16, and I believe it was really in large part due to the misinformation she had received, not just about the treatment options, but the poor recommendations she and millions of other people were misled to believe for decades leading up to this point. So it's really due to the painful and avoidable early death of my mom that I made it my life's mission to educate and empower others to avoid and reverse poor health outcomes that she suffered from, so that they can really feel their best and live a long, healthy life. And I've also struggled with my own health challenges. Back after my mom's passing, I was dealing with some chronic fatigue, I was often depressed, and I was carrying around extra weight. And I was trying all the mainstream health and fitness advice. I was eating based on the food guide pyramid, and I was exercising 5-6 days a week, and none of that was really bringing me good results. I wasn't seeing improvements in my body composition. I was still having some issues with mental health, and I was just not making the progress I was looking for despite my efforts. So I embarked on a health journey. Over the next several years, I took a deep dive into health and nutrition to sort through all this conflicting information. There's so many ideologies out there in the space that completely go against one another. So I really set off to discover what actually works. And for years, I researched and studied everything I could get my hands on. I was obsessed, attending all the top health conferences and symposiums, reading hundreds of books, watching lectures, listening to podcasts, and mentoring with some of the top natural health experts in this field. And I even pursued post-grad school and studied functional medicine and clinical nutrition. And I've developed the knowledge and ability to radically help others improve their health and well-being. And it's my mission now to bring those insights I've gathered to you. So while my journey did start from a tragedy and some pretty severe personal struggle, it's now become the driving force and reason behind my purpose. And it's put me on the path I am now. And I'm a big believer of this concept, pain to purpose. The reality is we all face hardship, we all face tragedy, and we all have challenges in our lives. But it's up to us on how we're going to respond. Sure, I could have wallowed in self-pity. I could have, been down on myself, but that wouldn't have made anything any better. And in my system of belief and understanding, things happen for us, not to us. And the death of the person I loved most in this world, coupled with my own mental and physical health challenges, was insanely difficult to work through. But as a result, I found my purpose. And I've been more driven than ever to pursue my mission. And since that time, I've been able to help thousands of other people improve their health. And trust me, I am just getting started. So I really believe that pain is inevitable in this life. It's part of the human experience, but suffering is optional. We all have the power to overcome hardships and cultivate inner peace and happiness regardless of our external circumstances. And it's ultimately due to my mom's passing that I've made it my life's mission to educate and empower others to take back control of their health. It's important to understand mainstream medicine has a lot to offer us with acute trauma care and infectious disease, but it's really failed us in the actual prevention of disease, especially chronic illness like cancer, heart disease, diabetes, autoimmune disorders. I could go on how it's really failed us to learn how to eat, learn how to make changes to our lifestyle, to improve our sleep, to lower stress, to replenish nutrient deficiencies, all these things that make such a big impact on our susceptibility and our body's ultimate vitality. And so I don't share this story because I want sympathy, but rather to highlight the fact that everyone goes through hardships in life. And it's our choice what lessons we learn and what actions we take. One of my favorite speakers, Hal Elrod, talks about this concept of unconditional acceptance and unwavering faith. It's critical that you accept who you are and where you are in this moment so you can be at peace with it, and then put energy into maintaining unwavering faith in what you want to create for your life. Then live in alignment with who you need to be and what you need to do every day to move in that direction. Doing those two things, I really believe, is the key that unlocks the door to the life we're capable of living. And I can't stress this enough that whatever hardship you've gone through or are currently going through, understand there's a deeper reason. Sometimes you can't see it in the near term. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. And trust me, I can relate. But just know that taking action and moving in the direction you want is going to really help to accelerate that healing process. So I appreciate you tuning in today's episode. It's not easy for me to talk about these things, but I know it's important to share my origin story in the hopes of inspiring you and so that others can really understand why I'm so passionate about helping others. So I can't wait to keep bringing you more empowering information to enable you to truly optimize all aspects of your health and your life. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you found it helpful, please share it along to anyone else you believe it can serve. You can find the show notes and resources we discussed at ryankennedyshow.com. Be sure to subscribe and leave a review for the show. Your feedback helps to support me on my mission to positively impact as many people as possible with this information. Much love, everyone.